You ever wanted to be a giant monster that just goes around smashing everything?
Actually, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it's marginally fun. It could certainly be better.
Well, you also don't look like you're actually a monster.
Yes, so there's multiple spectator cameras, and I chose this one because I thought it would perhaps be the best view. I can see now that it was not.
This is, in fact, not the best view. This might be the worst possible view you could have.
This is certainly the worst possible view. So, Mighty Monster Mayhem, you are a mighty monster.
Wish I could tell that.
There are power-ups throughout the world which you can find, which will give you even more superpowers. You can walk around the level, smash stuff, grab things, climb, jump, eat. Get power-ups that allow you to make things explode when you throw them, tear buildings apart with your bare hands. I feel like the game itself just wasn't really that well done, though.
What makes you so mighty?
You're giant. Look how giant you are.
Wish I could, bro.
You are relatively big, although these buildings are also comparatively pretty huge. The scale is a little bit off on just about everything here.
You actually look kind of small.
Yeah, like I said, the scale's a little bit off on just about everything here. Oh, this is just not good footage.
You didn't have like a camera that was right behind you?
No. There was like one that looks to the left of the monster, one that looks to the right of the monster, one that's like the left side of the city, and another one that's the right side of the city, and then the other one is the player view. I probably should have just gone with player view.
I feel like you should have gone with player view.
Well, I was trying out the different stuff, you know, because you can climb and you can jump and all sorts of different stuff like that.
You can also fall.
You can also fall. It does no damage to you. You don't even care.
You're not even really like that big of a monster.
No, yeah, you're just kind of like 10 times taller than a normal human being.
I mean, that's still pretty big. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like really, really big. So how do you move? It looks like you climby.
I guess it is a climby. You click to hold, you grip to hold your, what do they call them? The shoulder buttons on the wands.
The grips?
Yeah. You hold.
Did
you hold the grip.
Did you say
yes?
You grip the? What buttons are they?
It's the grip. You grip the grip.
Excellent.
Anyway, so yes, they committed a VR sin here, and they made it that you have to hold the grip in order to move, and you do that by a locomotion method of swinging your arms. Now, you also use the triggers to grip, and you use that for climbing. You know, you left click and it adheres your hand to the surface. Now you can left click and then twist your wrist, and that allows you to rip a chunk of the building off, which is really hard to do, I might add. Because if you're trying to climb and punch, and I just felt like all of the different actions that I was trying to do, it kept doing the wrong one at the wrong time.
So you felt like you had no character agency.
I had no agency, that's correct. When I wanted to punch, I decided to like move myself around by one hand. This is a really strong monster, I will tell you that much.
He's pretty quick.
He's super fast. That's what's scary about him. He's super strong and incredibly fast.
And he kind of looks like Cthulhu.
Yes, you can unlock different monsters in this game, which presumably have different powers. I just honestly felt like the game wasn't entertaining enough for me to want to play more than one monster, because I felt like it was overpowered and underpowered at the same time.
Are there enemies? I can see there's people with like guns running around, but can they actually do anything to you? Like, could you die?
Yep, you have to eat people in order to gain health back. I never actually saw my health move anywhere. Maybe I just wasn't paying close enough attention. There's a little display on your wrist that you can bring up and look at to see if you're in dire danger of death.
Sure would have been nice to see what that looks like.
Well, that's too bad. You can't.
I gotta tell you, this camera is...
amazing? Yeah, you're right, it is.
This camera is trash.
It's a great camera.
You know, I feel like CyberThreat had a good camera, but even it was kind of broken. But it was interesting because it actually floated there, like near you, and you could move it and stuff, and it tried to follow you, but it just did a bad job most of the time.
Pretty much.
But at the same time, I like spectator modes. I think spectator modes are really cool because they're great for, like, streaming, right? If you're going to stream a game, then a spectator mode is really nice. It gives you this cool new perspective for your viewers to watch you in. And that's really neat. If it's just going to be like a bad one like this, I don't like the camera. The camera is a problem for me.
Well, when you're in the game, you won't notice this terrible camera angle. You will have a first-person perspective.
I'm here with the viewers, and we're watching this. We're watching this.
Viewers? Never heard of her.
We're watching you do nothing because there's a building in the way.
This is an architecture game. You can see, it's X-ray vision. You can see through the walls. You're welcome.
Excellent. So, how much is this game?
This game's $14.99.
That seems like a little bit much for the experience that you've been relating to me. It also seems like a little bit much for what looks like a enclosed destruction space, because I can see that you can't really seem to go to certain buildings or leave certain areas.
You are correct. And boy, am I glad for that, because this game did not run that well.
And it doesn't really seem like there's much of an objective other than just kind of hanging out and destroying stuff, which is in and of itself perfectly fine. I don't need an objective if the objective is to kill stuff, but it doesn't seem like you're actually destroying stuff. It seems like you're just kind of playing with some Legos, and some of them are falling apart in a very enclosed space.
I think you are absolutely correct there. I would agree. I thought this game needs a lot more.
Yeah, so for $15, that's going to be a not for me.
That's going to be a no thank you.
That is Mighty Monster Mayhem. It's $15, and neither of us think that it is worth that just yet. But hey, these kind of games are always fun, and hopefully there will be something there a little bit later on. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. But if you did like it, why don't you watch another one up there in the corner? And as always,
We'll see you on the next one.